All right, so let me get this straight. P Diddy's out here being accused of murder, rape, trafficking, all types of stuff. And the only question we have is, Meek, you out here getting your cheeks clipped? What? P. Diddy is involved in yet another series of lawsuits. You might remember the last one was from Cassie a few months ago, and he basically did an instant. I've never seen a quicker settlement. A part of that lawsuit came with like sexual misconduct, sexual trafficking, sexual abuse. A lot of Kid Cudi stuff was in there. Apparently he blew up like Kid Cudi's car or something, and I was praying it was the studios that nigga be in because I hate his music. I was hoping they find a way to get that nigga away from every studio possible. But that's neither here nor there. In recent news though, surviving P. Diddy continues. And this comes from Lil Rod. Lil Rod is filing a suit for $30 million. And the most interesting part of this whole lawsuit somehow has become the fact that he admitted to having sexual intercourse with Meek Mill. Now, it doesn't say consensual, and that's what we're really here to talk about. You see a lot of times on the internet and stuff like that where a lot of men will go out there and talk about how men's trauma and men's issues aren't really highlighted, or they're not given the same amount of respect as women's issues. And this is part of the reason. I believe that Meek Mill is a victim in this situation, knowing that it's P. Diddy allegedly he could be capable of, some, let's just say, inhumane things. With that, you know what I'm saying, comes a situation like this. We talk about how a lot of women may feel like they have to sleep their way to the top. There may be some men that feel the same, or at a lot of these parties and stuff like that, you've heard a lot of stories about people seeing things at these parties that make them run away from Hollywood. Somebody might slip something in your drink at the party, and something like this happens. Let's say Meek Mill is a potential victim. Why are we doing this to him? It's meme city, and don't get me wrong, Meek Mill is a fun dude to make fun of. The nigga does backflips. He take pictures with fries on his legs in the pool. The nigga gets in the backseat of cars on all fours. He posts pictures with monkeys and shit. Meek Mill does a lot of goofy shit. And I believe he's one of the rappers that are the coolest when he don't have a damn phone in his hand. I love his music, but him on social media is just a different animal.
But wait, there's more.
We're talking about vibrating panties, ordering dildos. The list with Meek just doesn't, it doesn't stop. But when it comes to stuff like this, we have to learn when it's time to get serious. And this is a time to really get serious. And somehow a list of Diddy's allegations have turned into a complete roast session and almost like a making fun of a victim of a possible situation. As men, we took an L here. This was a chance for us to really highlight a big issue amongst us as men. There's a lot of times where a lot of young men have been taken advantage of, whether by a man or a woman, and a lot of us are scared to even come out and admit these things because this is the treatment you get. This is what happens, you know what I'm saying? I remember when Terry Crews got made fun of for getting groped. Chris Stokes and one of the members of B2K had the same issue, and they made fun of him. A lot of this stuff happens, and yet like we don't take it serious, and then we complain to the rest of the world that people don't take men's issues serious. But it's got to start here. It got to start with us, because a lot of these memes and shit ain't girls. I know it ain't girls. It's definitely dudes. Because this is what we do. We make a lot of messed up jokes, but we do have to realize when it's time to lock in and get serious. And this is one of those times. And I will say, I've noticed a change in Meek since, I would say, championships. And when he started hanging out with like Robert Kraft and all them, Meek has been a different person. Sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. And he's given off a weirder vibe than what he used to early on in his career, back in those Nicki days. And I know he was on perks and stuff like that, but he had a different energy. When you look at Meek now, sometimes he almost feels a bit robotic, and he does a lot of goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't think of him as a nigga that come from Philly with the way you see him behave sometimes on the internet. Especially, with him trapping and, allegedly, trapping, drug dealing and all stuff he had to do in Philly to get where he is today, allegedly. I don't know, Meek Mill's been a bit of an airhead. Like, homie got into a car accident a couple days ago or yesterday or something, and he said the brake pedal slipped off. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but that sounds like somebody maybe trying to end Meek. That sounds like some manipulation because the brake pedal don't just slip off. What does that even mean? And especially in a brand new vehicle, that don't even sound right. So it's always been a little weird energy around Meek. But we took a big L here, and I don't understand how we got into making fun of a victim here, especially when Diddy's accused of so much. And this is somebody that used to be held in high esteem in the black community, and he was like one of the pillars of black excellence. He used to be like Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, P. Diddy. That was like the pillars of black excellence when the whole movement started. And this is what P. Diddy has been up to for all these years. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie to you. I told y'all before in my video about this before. I been knew this type of stuff was going on with Diddy. You could tell, you know, the way he be calling other men daddy and everything else, and he's always giving off a weirder vibe than some other people. You can kind of see it on Diddy. We gotta start taking shit like this especially serious, because had this been a female victim or something like that, we would not be having all these jokes. But because we're making fun of a man's trauma, we let these jokes fly all day long, and then we go around into the internet and talk about how men's issues and men's emotions aren't taken serious. It starts with us, fellas. So we should be trying to look out for Meek. You know what I'm saying? We should be condemning Diddy. Let's not turn this whole thing into an entertainment. I think that was a fault of the R. Kelly Lifetime series, is kind of turned a lot of people's traumas into entertainment, the documentaries and stuff like that. It kind of gave it a sense of like, these are supposed to be entertaining, because a lot of R. Kelly's moments became memes and stuff like that, and it's kind of been like this for a while now. We've always made the R. Kelly jokes. Rappers have always made the get nasty with a 16 bars. It's always been, you know what I mean? It's always been the butt of the joke here. There's a time to make fun of Meek for all the other stuff he do, but not when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? He beefing with academics. You know, the internet is giving him a hard time, and I really salute him because he's still pushing. He dropped a little EP. He's promoting the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing his thing, so he's still pushing through. But at the end of the day, we missed a big opportunity here as men to really get together behind somebody and you know, let people know it's okay to be a victim as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. You know, we have to create a safe place for men to open up about this, because a lot of people go through this and they're scared to talk about it for this exact reason. And people shouldn't have to live with this type, especially this type of trauma. So we really missed the mark here. We got to do better as men. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm also curious as to why Usher hasn't really been brought into much of this. There's been a couple memes, but I guess maybe because Usher's been staying quiet. But let me know what you guys think. It's your boy RayQuan. I'm out.